Hello, we are Miriam Butjosa,
Yvette Cárceles,
Ana Castells, Sara Galvez,
and Berta Montaña, and today we are going to present you our practicum report about Regina Carmeli, which is located in Rubí. In this video, we will talk about the social context of Rubí, then we will move to the school context and to its singularities. Later we will explain one of the activities, and finally we will talk about the social norms and social relations and the things that we have learned during our practicum experience.
Rubí is a nation municipality of Catalonia, located in the region of the Vallès Occidental. The majority of Rubí's population has a Spanish nationality, representing more than a half of the Rubí's population, whereas the other part of the population has nationalities from other countries like South America or European countries. The increasing population and the percentage of foreign inhabitants in the city can be explained by the different migratory movements that it has suffered. Also, because of the high housing prices in Barcelona, Rubí has received lots of immigrants, making it a dormitory suburb. As an observation, all this foreigner population that lives in Rubí is concentrated in two of its four districts, District 3 and 4, in which Regina Carmeli's school is located. In relation to the educational level, we can see how the schooling index is a bit lower than in Catalonia. This can be related with the non-graduated students in ESO, having a 0.9% less than in Catalonia. Also, the number of inhabitants without studies is a huge number in comparison with the average of the autonomous community. About the income of population, we can see that Rubí's population is minor than the average in Catalonia. Consequently, we can say that the incomes of Rubí's population are minor than the average incomes of the Catalan population. Even though we can say that since 2013 there has been a progressive increment of the renda familiar disponible bruta. If we take into account all this data and that the majority of the foreign people is gathered in District 4, but in Regina Carmeli there is a low percentage of foreign students, this would mean that this collective attends to the public schools of the area, consequently creating school and social segregation, therefore enhancing the composition effect.
In relation to the school characteristics, we can explain that it was one of the first centers founded by Germanas Carmelitas who attended those children of the workers of a factory located on the neighborhood who mainly learned how to read, write, and some basic mathematical concepts. Nowadays, the school offers a wider range of educational possibilities, from the kindergarten years to the high school education, also offering the possibility of doing professional training courses. Regina Carmeli is a semi-private school which comes with the partial funding of the public administration and the other part provided by the students' families. These families belong to a medium socioeconomic level, also with a medium level of basic compulsory education, and they come to the center because they live on the surroundings or their relatives have studied there or because it is assigned for them by Generalitat. The main families' origins are Spain, Morocco, China, Ecuador, and Senegal. Regina's pedagogical philosophy expresses their desire to learn and develop some competencies, also focusing on some main values, such as effort, solidarity, or teamwork. The mission of the school wants to train students, including all the educative community, and following Christianism principles. Its vision wants to welcome and accompany students and their families on a comprehensive, innovative, and with foreign languages education.
Regarding the singularities of the school, Regina offers to the educational community a huge variety of projects and programs that makes this educational center different from the others. All the innovative activities and programs are gathered under the framework of 5 principal projects. For instance, one of these 5 projects is called Som Regina, which is focused on achieve a plenty social and cognitive development of all the students. That's why inside this project we can find the subject called mindfulness.
Through different sessions, the students learn how to relax, how to pay attention, and how to control and manage their own emotions. On the other hand, we have another project that is called Let's Go, which includes a huge variety of activities and subjects in English. The aim of this project is to enhance the practice and the use of this foreign language through different activities related to the science fields, and also to other fields such as the communication or the digital competence. Two examples are the project called Let's Communicate and the e-twinning. Another distinguished feature of the school is that they are completely involved in the social problem. That's why, in some remarkable days, such as the Peace Day or the Women's Day, the school organized a set of activities in which all the educational community is involved. The school also maintains close relations with several organizations and institutions of the city in order to exchange knowledge and coordinate different complementary activities regarding music, sports, or cultural aspects. They also keep in touch with other Regina Carmel schools. In what concerns about the physical space, the school puts many attention in create good climate inside the building by decorating the corridors and taking advantage of the empty spaces. For instance, this year, they are constructed a corner lecture in an empty space of the corridor that will be used by all the students as a library.
Now, we are going to explain you one of the activities which was developed by the students of 6th grade. This activity was created by 6th grade teachers, and it consists of an interdisciplinary project based on three main subjects, which are Sciences, Catalan, and ICT. The aim of this activity was that all students learned about 5 important women who are historically important, which were Maria Montessori, Mary Leakey, Frida Kahlo, Marie Curie, and Sophie Scholl. In order to do so, they needed, first, some books with biographical information of each of the 5 women, and laptops in order to write the information that they found. Each student had to meet 2 different groups in order to carry out the project. First, the expert groups, and then the table groups. As the students' tables are organized in groups of 5 students, each of the members of the group of tables was assigned 1 woman of whom they were experts. First, each student had to read individually a book with biographical information of the assigned women. Later, they had to meet with the expert from the other tables that were assigned the same woman in order to share and put in common the ideas that they found more interesting. After meeting with the expert groups, they had to go back to their table groups and share and explain the information to the other members of their group. Once the team had put in common all the ideas, they had to develop a written report with information about the 5 women and also a PowerPoint that they later had to present to the rest of the class. Despite each student was an expert of only one of the 5 women, the aim of this project was that all of the members of a team learned why each woman were important. In the end, the final mark was composed of 3 different parts: the group report, the oral presentation, and the individual and final question. During the development of the activity, students were motivated and implicated in the project, and they were very conscious of the importance of doing correctly their individual work, as the team mark depended on the effort and the implication of each member of the team.
During our stay in the school, we have seen that they have the general rules, like sitting properly or raise their hand to talk, which in higher levels the school reinforces more its compliance. There were other norms, like the charges, who were students in charge of a task that changed periodically, such as cleaning the ward or being teacher's assistant. All of them were really aware of their responsibility, especially in kindergarten grades, which made them feel older. Regina School has also environmental norms, like recycling, not wasting their energetic resources, make a good use of the materials, etc., to develop the care and respect to the environment as they take part of Green School project. Another norm that distinguishes Regina School is to encourage their students to greet when they find a teacher in the hallway and use the person's name, which creates a positive climate among all the school members. To ensure the compliance of all the norms, some teachers have positive reinforcement actions like adding rewarding comments in the agendas or highlighting their attitudes in front of the class. On the other hand, there were teachers that used negative actions like threat to punish students when they did something wrong by bringing them in lower courses or writing a negative comment in their agendas. The general environment was very familiar given the close relations between all the groups. In kindergarten grades, they were not used to the school routines and socialization process, and there were some conflicts such as not wanting to share materials. On the other hand, in primary grades there were different roles that sometimes produced some discussions. In relation to their participation in class, on the one hand, in kindergarten, were participative, given their spontaneity and their desire of being the center of attention, and on the other hand, in primary education, not all of them have the same confidence with all the teachers and affect on their participation. The relation between teachers and students was close, but in most of the occasions they leaned on their tutor. Given that it is a religious school, the students show a lot of respect towards the sisters as they see them as an authority figure.
During our practicum stage, I can assure that I have learned a lot of things. One of them is that I have discovered what does really means to be a teacher and what is the role of a teacher. A teacher must be responsible and she has to show a complete commitment with her work, as well as she has to be really conscious that she will be a model of reference for her students. Moreover, I have also learned that although the teacher has to have all the activities and the programs planned in advance, she has to know also how to adapt to the different situation and how to be flexible.
We have seen the importance of reinforcement the positive attitudes of our students, and we have also acquired new methodologies and new competencies, being able to witness the classes.
During our practicum, we have learned how is the functioning of the school. We have seen how the teachers' relations are and how their meetings work. Also, we have seen different ways of evaluation depending on the subject and teachers. Another thing that we have learned is how the diversity of the students is treated and how the contents are adapted to this.
I can express that during my practicum, I have been able to better understand and interiorize some of the concepts or theories previously studied in the university, given that I could observe how they really work in a real-life situation. Moreover, I consider that I have learned some techniques or strategies about how to deal with any problem or obstacle we can find in a classroom, so it can be really useful for me as a future teacher.
During our practicum stay, we were able to observe the amount of work that teachers have before preparing one of their classes. Also, as we stayed in the school during the carnival weeks, we also were able to observe in first hand the organization and cooperation between all the teachers that a celebration such as this one requires.